Hi, my name is Yazan Ibrahim, also known as Yazan Abugosh. Today we will talk about Chapter 1, Part B, Execution 1.11, Quality Assurance and Improvement of the Audit Process. Imagine walking into the control room of a large, bustling organization, the heartbeat of the company's operations. On one side, managers are collaborating with teams to ensure goals are met. On another, computer systems are humming with data flowing through them, unseen yet critical. And sitting quietly amidst this symphony, there's an IS auditor. But this auditor isn't just a passive observer with a checklist. They're much more: a detective, a teacher, a guide. Their mission: to ensure the organization's controls and systems are not only functioning, but thriving, resilient, and future proof. Now, the role of an IS auditor in improving the quality and control of information systems goes far beyond occasional spot checks. They are part of crafting a system that enhances internal processes, mitigates risks, and embraces continuous improvement. But what does this process look like? And how does an IS auditor deliver quality assurance and improvement in a world where IT systems are the backbone of almost every operation? Let's dive deeper into this vital function. Leadership and ethics, building the core of audit quality. At the center of every high-quality audit lies a foundation of leadership and ethics. Think of the IS auditor as a lighthouse, guiding the organization through foggy waters filled with potential risks. Their leadership ensures that the high standards of ethics are upheld throughout the audit process. This means acting independently, free from bias, and protecting the principles of integrity and trust. Every engagement begins with a focus on the relationships the auditor builds, accepting clients only when it's clear that the partnership aligns with ethical guidelines. Then there's team selection. The auditing process thrives on collaboration, and the right mix of skills on an engagement team ensures every nuanced risk is carefully considered. But quality doesn't just appear out of thin air. How the audit is conducted matters. Through planning, consultation, and even resolving differences of opinion, engagement quality control reviews become a way of life. Quality assurance, however, is not just a box to tick. It's a living process. Here's where the IS auditor wears another hat, that of a consultant: control self-assessment, empowering the organization from within. One innovative way is auditors improve audit quality and control is by not working alone. Instead, they empower the organization. Enter Control Self-Assessment, CSA, a transformative methodology that brings process owners and their teams into the fold. Think of CSA as shining a flashlight into every corner of the business, but instead of auditors holding the light, it's the very employees who manage those processes daily. So, what exactly is CSA? It's a proactive framework in which management and staff assess the controls within their business units. The goal? To ensure risks are managed effectively while fostering a deeper understanding of internal control systems among team members. By having process owners take a front row seat, they aren't just complying, they're owning the process. Picture a workshop where teams gather to dissect their work. The IS auditor plays a key role, not by dictating rules, but by facilitating discussion. They create a safe environment for employees to voice concerns, identify strengths and weaknesses, and share ideas for improvement. And if required, the auditor adds their expertise to the mix. Why employees and managers should care about CSA? This method holds immense value. For one, it builds stronger teams by fostering ownership. Employees feel connected to controls because they're directly involved. It also sharpens risk awareness. Employees start to see how their actions link to the organization's broader objectives. No more working in silos. There's a collective understanding of how risks, controls, and strategies work together like gears in a well-oiled machine. An effective CSA program enhances communication between top management and operational teams, closing the gaps that often exist in large organizations. And let's not forget, it's cost efficient. The simple act of early risk detection can prevent major system failures down the road. But CSA is not without its challenges. Sometimes employees might see it as just another task. This is where leadership becomes crucial. Auditors and management must walk the talk, showing how meaningful these insights are for improving systems and ultimately delivering better outcomes. The evolution of audits, integrated auditing as collaboration. While CSA is great for empowering internal self-reflection, modern-day auditing calls for integration, bringing together the best of all auditing disciplines to form a cohesive assessment. Welcome to integrated auditing. Here's the reality of today's organizations. Technology is at their core. IT systems aren't just tools, They're the infrastructure holding everything together. From financial transactions to supply chains, every thread of the organizational fabric is touched by IT. But many audits fail to focus on how IT interacts with the business processes they support. That's where integrated auditing flips the script. An integrated audit is like solving a three-dimensional puzzle. Instead of purely looking at financial risks, operational risks, or IT risks in isolation, this approach ties them all together. The audit team, made of specialists from finance, business operations, and IT, comes together as one. Their mission? To connect the dots between risks, controls, and objectives across the organization's ecosystem. Risk-based auditing in action, uniting perspectives. Let's explore how this holistic approach comes to life. The process starts with a risk-based assessment. What are the biggest threats the organization faces? From governance failures to cybersecurity vulnerabilities, risks can arise from anywhere. Once identified, the work shifts to the controls. Are they well designed? Are they effective? And ultimately, do they reduce the organization's exposure to risk? Take, for example, a large retailer processing thousands of transactions per day. Imagine the IT system responsible for payments fails, or worse, data is compromised. An integrated audit team would look at how IT systems overlap with financial processes, how management monitors these systems, and whether security protocols safeguard sensitive customer data. Every layer, technical, operational, and managerial, is scrutinized. And what's the outcome? A combined report, simple, comprehensive, and actionable. This multiplies the value for stakeholders. Employees better understand controls, top management sees opportunities for improvement, and shareholders gain confidence in the organization's governance. Why integrated audits are the future? So why does this approach matter? It's not merely about checking boxes, it's about creating deeper value. When employees and process owners see how different audit procedures fit together, skepticism dissolves. Better yet, managers gain insights that stretch beyond immediate control effectiveness to maximize resource allocation and decision-making. Even investors find comfort knowing that stronger governance directly translates to better quality financial statements. This alignment of goals, the internal and the external, the management and the employees, represents the transformative nature of integrated auditing, the IS auditor, a dynamic role in a dynamic world. At the end of the day, the role of an IS auditor is far more than bridging gaps between systems and processes. Their expertise lies in creating systems of trust, helping organizations protect themselves while empowering them to grow. As businesses lean more heavily on technology, integrated audit approaches and methodologies like CISA serve as the compass, assuring stakeholders that the organization is moving toward resilience and excellence. In this narrative of risk, control, and governance, the IS auditor's voice is clear and steady, facilitating improvement, fostering accountability, and building a future where systems not only work but thrive. Thank you for watching, and as always, continue learning. Stay curious, and we'll see you next video.